More, excuse me, giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem, Al Shai, Bashem, Rakakudah, Shalom to the 144,000 and the rest of the elect out there, Shalom to all. Remember the title of this video, more information on Edom, Rome. So I asked the question to Google, did the Romans descend from Edomites? So you had a bunch of different answers here. It says no. The first one says no. The Romans were not Edomites. The Romans and Edomites were not ethnically or historically affiliated. So now when you go into the history 2,000 years ago, some odd, you had the Edomites, you had the Herodians, you had his personal armies. I don't know how many Edomites settled in Palestine, but the Herodian dynasty had their own personal army, which consisted of a military, which were Edomites, which worked with the Romans. They came up under the authority of the Romans. So the Romans would say, "Oh, he's an Edomite, and we're Roman." Well, where did the Roman people come from? Biblically, they had to come from one of the three sons of Noah. It says, and Rome was located thousands of miles away from Idumea. Now, leaving Vocab Malone, one of the last videos that he did the other day, 2 days ago, whatever, he spoke about how the Nepenthians pushed out the Edomites. So if they were pushed out, where did they go? When you go into the history of the Edomites, they went north. They went so far north that they wound up in places like Rome and different places, ultimately different parts of Europe. So they migrated north, the region of Edom. However, some have proposed that the Roman Empire may have been of Edomite origins. These proposals are based on a variety of sources, including Jewish tradition, Hebrew and Phoenician etymology. And the Phoenicians go back to Greek way is a Greek way of saying Canaan. The language of Canaan, you can look it up for yourself, what would pop up is the ancient form of Hebrew, which we call Lashon Kodash or Paleo-Hebrew. And scripture prophecy, because Esau, Edom, the Edomites are mentioned in prophecy. In the Bible, the Edomites are the descendants of Esau, the man, the twin brother of Jacob, and the oldest son of Isaac. The Edomites were a Semitic people who migrated from the Arabian Peninsula to the Fertile Crescent. Let's read some more. The Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomite. Bestone William, I have that book. Rabbinical, which are the rabbinical goes back to the word master in the Hebrew. So a rabbi is a master of like a temple. So you have these rabbinical Jews, I'll say, historians, master teachers. They claim that the Romans descended from Esau. Rabbinical Jacob and Esau, pagan Rome and the Christian Empire. The Romans had no historical ethnic affiliation with the Edomites, and Rome was thousands of miles. That's just repeating that. But you got a couple of books actually, the Roman Empire, the Empire of the Edomite. Okay, this is what I want this. Okay. Chazelle identified Rome with Edom, such as in what is it? Exia Rabitai. Esau and Rome. Nevertheless, the determinative of element in their admixture originated from the ancient Edomites. The Edomites were descended of Esau, twin brother Jacob. How Esau became Rome. Ooh. The sages certainly didn't believe that the Romans were the direct genetic descendant of Esau, but rather that they were their spiritual. But rather that they were their spiritual heirs. How Esau became Rome. Edom and Rome. Yes. See what this says. Yes, we have a tradition of calling the Romans Edomites. It's uncertain whether we actually believe them to have come from Edom. So there's a big question mark there. Some say, some rabbis, Jewish rabbis say, yeah, the Romans are descended from East, they're the Edomites. When you deal with, or what do you call it, Orthodox Jays, because this happened to us, happened a couple of times, and you go into the story of Jacob and Esau, they know, and then they look at you, and then you say Jacob and Esau. Oh yeah, I know that story. And then you tell them that you are Esau, they want to leave. We got to go down the street because they all know the story of Jacob and Esau. Yes, we have a tradition of calling the Romans Edomites. Why is that? Maybe because they are. Maybe because they descended from the Edomites. It's uncertain of whether we actually believe them to have come from Edom, aka Esau. There's a title right there, aka Esau. ... aka Esau. How is the Roman Empire related to Edom? Judaism, or Judaism. Let me highlight this. The very early rabbis likely linked Edom to the Roman Empire through Herod the Great. Herod was a descendant of Idumean, Edomite converts to Judaism. These Jays in the land, the European-looking Jays, their descendants most likely went back to the time of Hyrcanus and the Josephus, and that's in the history too. So did Edomites? Or there's a certain amount of Edomites that kept the laws? Yes. Did they keep the laws perfectly? No. Rabbinic Jacob and Esau, pagan Rome, and the Christian whatever. Let me highlight. Remarkably, the rabbis counter in imperial vision depicted the Romans as wayward brothers. Jews and Romans were descendants of Jacob and Esau. Let's try one more. So you got the Romans were not Edomites. Origins of Edom, Babylon, and Rome, or Christianity. The Assyrians descended from Tyrus and Caucasus, conquered and destroyed Jerusalem together with Syria, and these with Phoenicia, which are the Canaanites, became the Roman Empire. Were the Roman descendants of Edomites. The Romans had no historical ethnic. Who was the ancestor of the Edomites? Esau. Where did Rome come from in the Bible? Well, that's a good one. Where did Rome come? Where did the Romans originate from? The Romans of the Bible were the Romans who ruled an empire around the Mediterranean Sea. Rome itself was an enormous city with huge wealth and vast slums. Church tradition indicates that Jewish Christians started a church in Rome in the early 40s. Now let's see what comes out of this. Who are today's descendants of Esau? As close relatives, of other Levantine Semites. Levantine goes into the Levant, which is that region, also known as the Fertile Crescent, and Arabs. They seem to have worshipped such gods as El, Baal, and Uzzah, and some Jewish tradition stemming from the Talmud, which we don't deal with that book. The descendants of Esau are the Romans, and to a large extent all. Ooh, that hurts. That hurts. Let me read that again. Who are today's descendants of Esau? As close relatives of other Levantine. Let me show you where the Levant is. Okay, this would be considered the Levant. Let me pull this over. Let me back up off of this. Bear with me for a minute. Let it come up. Okay, like this would be considered the Levant. And this is known, as scholars call this, Abraham left his father. Him and his brothers, one of the brothers died. So he was down here, Ur of the Chaldees. You look it up on an ancient map. He traveled, migrated up. You can say northwest, up to Haran, down past the Promised Land, into Canaan, through Canaan, and into Egypt. Then the Israelites, they wound up in Egypt, where Egypt grew as a nation. There's the wilderness. The scholars still don't know what the mountain is in the wilderness. They're saying now, oh, it had to be around here in Saudi Arabia, because they think that the Israelites went through this part of the Red Sea. No, they went through this. Goshen was right about here. The part of the Red Sea that they went through was this right here, this Gulf of Akbar, Gulf of Suez. They were there for 40 years. First people that they encountered were the Edomites, because the Edomites were north of them. Edom, Moab, Ammon, and in our land. And ultimately, this is all our land right here anyway. All this is our land. All this is our land. But we're going to have the whole world anyway, because we're going to be over everybody. A close relative of other Levantine Semites and Arabs, which are Semites. They seem, now it says Semites, right? The Jays say, oh, you're anti-Sem. It's really Shem. The word, the sound is Shem. It's Shemite or Es. Shemites. But they made that word their own. You know, when you look up the words anti-Sem or Semite, oh, those are these particular people. But actually the word is Shem. Shem. Sons of Shem. We're sons of Shem. So we can't be anti-Shemitic. Arabs are also Shemitic. They seem to have worship such gods as El, and the word El in the Hebrew is Allah, which means God, power, Baal, and Uzzah, and some Jewish traditions. So these Jays, they study this history, man. So they know about the Arabs, the Ishmaelites, the Edomites, you know, the Canaanites. They know about that because they placed themselves in that ancient history, which are not the people. Jewish tradition stemming from the Talmud, the descendants of Esau are the Roman and to a large extent all Europeans. So we were right. The one Westers, the Israelites of the one rest variety, were correct. Vocab Malone is trying to do some damage control, talking about, oh, the Nabateans pushed them out and they built that mountainous region. Nope. When the Nabateans came down there, these were no Arab nomads, so you can understand. There's no record of any Arabs building stuff looking like Petra. Esau built that up. That's Obadiah 1. Made the habitation high. Remember, Israel at one time dwelt in tents. So they came in and they pushed the Edomites out, and they said, oh, okay, this is ours now. Nabateans never built that structure that's called Petra today in Jordan. And Jordan wasn't even their land. Let's come back over here. Jordan is right here. That's where Petra is. Esau supposed to be here. So he started pushing up. You know, that's why they did now. They always wanted this part of the land. So, anyway, I wasn't going to make this long. With that, it's on to the next. The ball is in your court, vocab. Shalom.